Stranger Things. The hit TV show that first aired on Netflix in 2016 is now being eagerly waited for the fifth and final season of the show. That has now become pretty much the only successful show on Netflix and is their biggest cash cow. The hit show that took the world by storm. The first season it aired and has become part of today's modern pop culture. The hit show, whose greedy owner decided to take their license out of a game which made them tons and tons and tons of money, which is also a game in which there's one killer and 4 survivors who must hold down one singular button for 90 seconds, 5 times in a row, to then hold that same button down again, hold W, run through an exit gate, redo this process again and again and again until the players get bored. The company that took their biggest cash cow license out of a game that millions loved in order to just very slightly attempt to boost their sales on a puzzle game made on a phone, which was taken away from the Play Store and put on as their best game on Netflix's new goddamn game service, which is god awful and shouldn't exist in the first place. Yes, that is right. That is unofficially, but basically officially, why Netflix took Stranger Things, one of the biggest chapters ever added to Dead by Daylight, away. Because of a goddamn puzzle game. Hello everyone. Today, I'll be taking a look into the possibility of a Stranger Things Chapter 2 for Dead by Daylight. I hope you all enjoy the video. So, as of officially of recording this video, the Stranger Things chapter has actually returned to Dead by Daylight. And I honestly cannot believe it because of all the support from the DBD community is really what made this happen. So now that DBD and Netflix have officially renegotiated, could this lead to a possibility of a second Stranger Things chapter? What new characters, skins, and more could possibly be added if a second chapter were to come into the game? That is what we are here to discuss. This past week, I've been putting together concepts to showcase to you all, and honestly, I was making them before we even knew the Stranger Things chapter was coming back into Dead by Daylight. But yippee, good thing I was, because now more than ever do we have a likelihood of getting a Stranger Things chapter within the next year. So let's start off with my Vecna concept first. So this is my Vecna power and perks concept. First, I will start off with the power. The power is called Vecna's Curse. Whenever you start the trial with Vecna, the map you play on will always take place in the Upside Down, which will slightly change the appearance, but will overall have no significant effects on gameplay. His first special ability is Telepathy. Hold down the power button to enable telepathy. Vecna then goes into a stance where his physical body is left on the current map, and a dreamlike version of him now appears on the map for all survivors. When in this dreamlike state, you have a terror radius of 24 meters and walk at a speed of 4.8 meters per second, and the cooldown between hits is reduced by 20 seconds, so pretty much a 4-stack save the best for last. But while in the state, your physical body is vulnerable to pallet stuns and Molotovs, any of which, when hit with them, will take him out of his telepathy mode. Special item, the Molotov. Scattered around the map are special stations where survivors can craft Molotovs used to combat a variety of effects from the Vecna's power. First of all, for all you crazy people, this will not damage other survivors. When it is aimed at a pallet or a breakable wall, it will burn the object down over a duration of 5 seconds. When thrown at Vecna, it will disable his power and put it on a cooldown, stunning him. Or when out of his power, will briefly stun him. The last part says when thrown upside down tendrils. I scrapped that concept, but it was kind of like tendrils on the ground that would hinder survivors, and you could throw it and it would be this like whole new thing. But I already thought there was enough, so we're gonna ignore this last part. Special interaction, the time meter and grandfather clocks. Each survivor has their time meter, which will increase from being within range of a grandfather clock, being in chase with a dream version of Vecna, or while in Vecna's terror radius, can be either dream or real world. There are 3 stages, and a survivor cannot go down a stage unless they escape a mine chase with the Vecna. When you escape a mine chase with Vecna, you then go back down to stage 1 of their time meter. Special item, music headphones. You can find music headphones in the same crafting locations as Molotov stations. When activated, they will play music, slowly reducing time meter down to your current tier. Think of it like Sadako's Condemn. Sadako's Condemn. How it has different sections, but you can still go up and down from them. Think of it like that. Each of them are stages, but you can go increase to the next stage. That's kind of like the time meter. Grandfather clocks. There will be several grandfather clocks placed around the map. When a survivor is within 16 meters of a grandfather clock, they will hear chiming, and a time meter will begin to go up. The closer they are to a grandfather clock, the faster this time meter goes up. And last but not least is his special power, Mine Chase. When a survivor reaches the maximum time meter, they are permanently marked with Killer Instinct until you activate a Mine Chase with them. The survivor and you both lose access to your perks and items. All generators are blocked by the entity, and Molotov stations are now simply replaced with music headsets, so you cannot craft Molotovs while Mine Chase is activated. All survivors in the trial can now grab a music headset and attempt to find the survivor that's affected by Vecna's Mine Chase. They can equip the survivor affected with a music headset, and it will begin to play music, opening a portal in the Mine Chase after 10 seconds of them hearing the music. While in a Mine Chase, both you, the survivor, and Vecna are pulled into a new area of sorts, kind of like the Haunted by Daylight event, where the survivor must survive until their teammates assist them. And you, as a Vecna, must hunt them down and perform the final countdown Mori. After performing the final countdown Mori, the targeted survivor will be Mori'd. And you will then teleport back onto the map. If a survivor escapes a Mine Chase, they will then be resetted from their time meter, go back down to stage 1, and will be affected with the incapacitated status effect for 40 seconds. With this, I kind of wanted to get like how Max dealt with Vecna. I wanted it to be like that, so the Mine Chase will take place in a similar thing looking like that, so kind of like how the Haunted by Daylight event is. And I think it would be really fun, because if you're a good survivor, you can loop the Vecna and wait till your teammates save you. But if you're a good killer, you are more likely going to kill the survivors. I also imagine that if you killed all 4 survivors in a Mine Chase, that something, a little Easter egg would pop up for you. Maybe something kind of like this, but to the trial you're currently in. Now for the Vecna's 3 unique perks. His first perk is It Is Time. When a survivor is hooked, all other survivors that have reached their second stage, like they're on their last stage, will have their aura revealed to the killer for 5, 10, and 15 seconds. His second perk is From the Shadows. After a chase that lasted 60, 45, or 30 seconds has ended, all generators that are currently being worked on or were worked on within the last 20 seconds are highlighted for 5, 10, or 15 seconds. And his third and final perk is Hex Test Subject. Whenever a survivor is hooked for the first time, a hex totem is lit corresponding to that survivor. That specific survivor cannot cleanse the totem that is corresponded to them. Whenever a hex totem is cleansed, all survivors become broken for 20, 40, or 60 seconds, and the survivor that cleansed the totem will be exposed for 20, 30, or 40 seconds. This kind of gives you a sense of urgency, as if you cleanse a hex totem, you are in danger of dying, or in this case, being exposed from Vecna, which I think kind of just gives it a very, very unique spin on it being a perk. But now, let's get on to the next concept. Now, we can't just have a new killer with a Dead by Daylight chapter, specifically a Stranger Things and what I call the Vecna's Curse chapter. We need to get the man, the myth, the legend, Chief Jim Hopper. So, this is Chief Jim Hopper. First off, his 3 unique perks would be Get Back. After stunning the killer 5, 4, or 3 times, this ability activates. When you enter the locker, press the active ability button to craft a spear. This then drops all items that you are currently holding. You may throw the spear similar to how you would throw a Vecna Molotov, which I'd imagine would kind of be like how you throw things in Fortnite, kind of a little like arrow guiding you that way. But when the killer is hit with the spear, they are stunned for 1, 2, and 3 seconds. This kind of gives a way to fight back of sorts, but not it being too overpowered as well, because you got to get stuns 3 times in a row first off, which most survivors will not stun the killer 3 times in a row. So it's a much harder perk to activate, but when it is activated, it definitely rewards you. His second perk is Selfless Savior. Whenever you unhook a survivor, they gain a 5, 7.5, and 10% haste, and leave no scratch marks, make no injured noises, and their aura cannot be read for 10, 15, 20 seconds. Your aura is then revealed to the killer for 10, 15, and 20 seconds. This allows him to save you when you are on the hook and not be tunneled, unlike this. And speaking of tunneling, his third perk, Don't Let Me Stop You, says, when you are hooked, after the exit gates have been powered, your chances of unhooking yourself increase by 5, 10, and 15%. And when you are unhooked, you gain a 2.5, 5, 7.5 haste status effect, and leave no scratch marks, make no injured noises, and your aura cannot be read for 15, 20, and 25 seconds. This perk activates once per trial. And yes, you can stack with borrowed time. Again, this helps stop tunneling and camping while you are in the endgame collapse. We also got a whole bunch of great skins here. We got, going from left to right, top to bottom, we have Season 2 Hopper in the hospital, Season 4 Russia Hopper, another Season 4 Hopper, another Season 4 Hopper, the Upside Down Hopper from Season 1 in the suit, Season 2 Hopper with the jacket, Season 3 Hopper with the Russian uniform, Season 4 Hopper, again in Russia, Season 4 Hopper with the end of Season 4 clothing, and then we have the best skin ever, Chief Jim Hopper in a Hawaiian t-shirt. And lastly, at least in terms of characters, is a second survivor really is a toss-up for me. I could really see it either being Joyce or Robin making it as the new survivor, and the other coming in as a legendary skin. Personally, I chose Joyce Byers as the second survivor because she fits out with Hopper, obviously. But I could definitely see Robin being added as an alternative to Joyce alongside Hopper and VNA. So, Joyce's 3 new perks are in advance. When you complete a generator, you get an extra 20, 35, and 50% of your next healing action already completed. After healing an injured survivor, you see the auras of all generators that have any current progress on them for 2, 3, 4 seconds. I really just took the concept of being prepared for like ahead as kind of like a little Easter egg to this scene.
I need this phone and 2 weeks advance.
To kind of give you the feeling of doing something in advance. Her second perk is Mother's Instinct. You gain a token every time you heal an injured survivor, up to a maximum of 2, 3, or 4 tokens. Whenever another survivor is in a chase, both you and the chase survivor see each other's auras until the chase has ended. You lose 1 token when the chase ends. I don't know what else to say. Kind of gives across the motherly instinct vibe, as the name suggests, but yeah, it allows you to get some information and help out your teammates as well. Last but not least is Disbelief. Whenever a killer sees your aura, you and all other survivors see the aura of a killer until that duration is over, plus an extra 1, 2, or 3 seconds. This ability then goes on cooldown for 90, 75, and 60 seconds. Also, some cosmetics going from top to bottom, left to right. We have end of season 4 Joyce, just like the end of season 4 Hopper. We have season 1 Joyce. We have season 1 Funeral Joyce. We have season 1 Hazmat Suit Joyce. We have season 2 Interrogation Joyce. Season 3 Adventure Joyce. Season 4 Smashing the Doll Joyce. Season 4 Russia Joyce. Season 1 Joyce with her jacket. Season 1 Joyce from the store, like from her working. Season 2 we have the Hawkins Lab Joyce. Season 2 we have a jacket I found from the bathtub scene. Season 3 her store outfit. Season 3 the Russian uniform outfit, and season 4 having the Russian jacket on. And that will be it for this first part of the Stranger Things Vecna's Curse / Chapter 2 concept video, everyone. This was going to be 1 episode, but then it kind of got incredibly long. So I went over the power and perks in this episode, and I will go over like the new legendary skins and new skins for Nancy, Steve, Demogorgon, all that in the next video. It was supposed to come out tomorrow as of this video releasing, but things have just piled up, so it is going to be delayed, and I'm not going to give a concrete answer on when it will release, because I don't want to pull a wild card. So I will be announcing the release date of the part 2 to this video when it is close to release. But I hope you all enjoyed the video. Please let me know what you think about my chapter concept down below. Let me know in the comments, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.